Welcome to the Scam Awareness presentation for international students, presented by the Office of International Programs and Services at George Mason University. Scams targeting university students and international students are increasing. We created this presentation because we care about our international students, and we want to help you avoid becoming a victim of a scam. In this workshop, we will review definition of a scam, understanding common scams, how to spot a scam, action to take if you're a victim of a scam, and additional resources. A scam is a scheme used to trick or cheat an individual and make a fast profit. Scammers are creative and persistent. They convince students to give them money or information that they use to steal from the victims. Scams targeting international students are increasing worldwide. Let's review some examples of scams so that you will be able to identify common scams. Government imposter scams. This occurs when individuals pretend to represent U.S. government agencies such as USIS, ICE, the IRS, and others, claiming that the student owes money and they demand immediate payment. Scammers may threaten to arrest or deport the student. They may claim the student's social security number or credit card was used in a crime. They ask for personal information such as full name, birth date, address, email address, passport number, or social security number to verify identity. They may demand payment to prevent arrest. Embassy imposter scams. Scammers pretend to be from the student's embassy or consulate, claiming the student's passport has been stolen, and demand payment or personal information. They may use this information for identity theft or for a later scam. In both these types of scams, the scammer sounds official, and they use intimidation tactics to convince the student to act quickly. Here are a couple of other types of scams. With the current COVID-19 situation, scammers are taking advantage of people with COVID-19 tracing scams. They claim you were in contact with someone who has COVID-19, and they need your personal information for contact tracing. They will use this information for identity theft. This could be through a phone, call, a text, or an email. Text scams. Scammers pretend to be from a help desk at GMU, your credit card company, or your bank. They ask for your login name and password to help you, but they will use this information to steal from you. Discount tuition scams. Scammers offer students a discount on tuition, but the scammer insists they need to pay using their own credit card. The student verifies the payment and sends a scammer the tuition amount less the discount, thinking they're saving money. Later, the fake credit card payment is rejected. The student still owes tuition and has lost their money. Employment scams. Scammers email students promising employment or create a fake job ad on a third-party website. They may even use an email address and a company logo that seems legitimate. Scammers will ask that you complete an application and use your personal information for identity theft. They may offer to hire you, but overpay you for your work and ask that you reimburse them. Later, the fake check bounces and the student loses their money. Scammers also like to target students with housing scams. Here are a couple examples. An online ad for the perfect apartment seems too good to be true. You call or email about it, and they insist you need to send in a deposit immediately. Scammers create fake ads and convince you to send money before you have a chance to find out the apartment was fake. In another type of housing scam, someone will create a post or reply to an existing post with a message about a friend looking to rent or sublease. If a student responds, the scammer will send a check for greater than the requested amount. Request the difference, and the student will lose that money. On the right, you can see how this social media posting was posted in 3 different university groups in 3 different states. The person who created the post turned off the comments so that others could not warn potential victims of the scam. Be suspicious of posts that won't let others comment. With these examples, you've probably figured out some common scam techniques. Let's review some ways to spot a scam and save yourself from identity theft and losing money. Creating a crisis. Scammers are experts at convincing victims that this is an urgent and important situation. They convince students that they are in trouble and must act now to avoid arrest, deportation, or a higher fine. This is used in those government and embassy imposter scams. Creating a sense of urgency. They convince you that you need to send payment or deposit immediately for something important like an apartment, car, or laptop. Request for payment by gift cards. No reputable organization will ever ask for gift cards as payment. Request for personal information. Be suspicious when someone calls or emails you and asks for personal information, such as your financial information, your address, passport number, G number, social security number, bank or credit account information, and passwords. How to spot a scam. Intimidation. Scammers will try to scare and threaten you. They may threaten legal action such as arrest or deportation. Scammers know what words to use to convince you. They may already have your personal information from previous identity theft. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated by phone. Phishing. Scammers use phishing by sending an email or text pretending to be someone you trust. Then they ask you for the information that they'll use to steal from you. Spoofing. Scammers are able to fool your phone's caller ID through spoofing. The displayed number on the call or text will look like it belongs to a trusted organization. If you trust the number, they can trick and steal from you. In the example below, it looks like the call came from 911, the number we use in the U.S. for emergencies. Action to take. Since you've learned about spoofing, you know now not to rely on the number on your phone. Scammers spoof victims by making it look like a true phone number. Hang up, look up the phone number online, and call the organization directly from your own phone. If someone calls about COVID-19 contact tracing, ask what agency they're from. Hang up and call back at the official phone number from the agency you verified independently. Do not allow yourself to be intimidated by phone. U.S. officials will not threaten you over the phone. They typically contact you in writing and write to you several times to make sure you receive any requests they make. If someone tries to scare you by phone, do not give them personal information or payment. Hang up and call OIPS for calls about your immigration status, or call the police for calls that ask for personal or financial information. No U.S. government agency or honest organization will ever ask for personal information by phone or email. Be very suspicious when someone calls or emails you and asks for any personal or financial information. Never give your personal information out over the phone or in an email or text. This includes your social security number, your G number, passport number, or any financial information such as account numbers and other personal, immigration, or banking information. Never give out your user IDs or passwords to anyone. Never accept an offer to buy something or accept payment over the phone. If it sounds too good to be true, it almost always is a trick. Scammers may send you a fraudulent check, and when you deposit the check, they then have your bank information, which they use to steal from you. If you have a question about the legitimacy of an email, contact the ITS Support Center at 703-993-8870 or support@gmu.edu. Never send money or gift cards when asked by phone. Hang up the phone when a caller asks you for a gift card. Be suspicious of surprise job offers by phone or email. Work with the Career Center to find out about legitimate hiring practices in the United States. Use official websites to apply for jobs. Do not give out personal information over the phone or by email. If you are a victim of a scam, please let OIPS know so that we can assist you and are aware of the scam. Here are some additional steps you can take. If your bank or credit card was involved, report them immediately. If you lost money to the scammer, file a report with campus or local police. If you think you were contacted by a scammer impersonating a U.S. government official, report the incident to OIPS and the GMU Police, 703-993-2810, or Homeland Security Investigations Tip Line at 866-347-2423. And if you have a question about the legitimacy of an email, contact the ITS Support Center at 703-993-8870 or support@gmu.edu. The OIPS website has information about scams, reviews information in this presentation, and has links to videos and websites about scam awareness, and has contact information and links to website for scam resources. Go check it out, and thank you for participating in this